2, 1, and yo, what's up YouTube? Alright, so this is my backlog, and today we are starting with He-Man, the MASTERVERSE. These figures are awesome. Get a few stands and you can do stuff like that. I've got 3 new figures I'm going through. I'm going to add to my collection. These guys are really cool. I bought 2 of these guys, and I kept the pieces, the armor pieces, some of the armor pieces from him, so I could start on my custom guy. As you can see, I've got some arm van braces from one of the Skelegods. These figures are just awesome because they have so much customizability, and I mean they're just very cool. And I'm adding another Savage He-Man to my collection soon. I'll do that in the next video. Alright, so let's get started. Let's check out every one of these figures real quick, and then after you check out every figure, we'll go ahead and get to opening the new ones, and I'll bring in my son to help me with that, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and start. We'll do one good guy, one bad guy. And I will set them up in a fighting position. You know, get them, you look at them and see how posable they are. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the movie Skeletor figure. The movie Skeletor figure, which everyone hated this movie. It was not like a great He-Man movie. Gwildor, I'm not even sure what that was. They just threw him in there. But, I mean, nonetheless, the movie had a lot of character, at least. Well, we had a knockdown, but anyways. Very cool guy. I like his staff much more than the other ones. And I like they gave us a different sword from the movies. I do enjoy having a little more variety in the figures. But he's got the same ball joints in the shoulders, ball joints in the hips, rubberized armor and stuff like that. It's very, these guys are actually pretty durable. And the cool thing is, even if you do pop something off, chances are with the new figures that you can just put it back together. It's not too big of a deal. You just get some hot water. You can do it that way. You can get a hair dryer. Be careful with the hair dryer, you don't want to mess the paint up, but nonetheless, these guys are very cool. We'll go ahead and go right into one of my custom characters. I took a head, the extra head from the Faker He-Man, which I have over here. I really like the red eyes on the extra head they gave you. So I threw it on this guy, and I made a custom red-eyed barbarian. That's what I was going for. As I get more pieces of armor and stuff like that, I'll add to his legs and get him going. Alright, buddy. But as I get more armor, I'll add to him and make a cool barbarian. Love you too, big man. And when I get to opening, you can come help me open them, okay? Oh, we got to set the ones we've gone over here. Alright. Let's go ahead and go into Too Bad. The third villain. The third figure, second villain. Here we go. Again, this guy is awesome. Lots of posability. I would have liked for a little more left and right play on this head here. They could have extended the ball joint a little bit. It's not bad though. You get play. You can angle him. He looks good. He can look everywhere. Can't cork his head though. That's what I'm talking about. Can't get his angle. This guy can. You can kind of can't move his head at all that way. So they could have done a little better with the head sculpt here. Maybe thinned out the necks if they wanted to. But nonetheless, these figures are awesome, which I enjoy. They made him. Honestly, they could have made him a little bigger. Comes with a way to hold his little extra axe. They can both dual wield. They've come with a gun with a little holster. I mean, this figure is awesome. But I will say it could have been a little bigger. I got their feet together. There you go. You can kind of see Too Bad's bigger, but he's not much bigger. So, nonetheless, very cool. Too Bad. One of my favorite bad guys from the old series. Orko. I thought this figure was actually really well done. He has full head movement. You've got to have that for just to like bring the characters to life. The Too Bad would have really done well if he could move his head left and right, corking his neck. The stand is very floppy.
Aye, sir.
It doesn't work but one way.
Aye, sir.
You have to kick it over one direction. You can put it over like that, and then he will stand up.
Aye, sir.
It only works on that angle with your finger. Like it. That's it. But here's my Orko, and bada bing, bada boom. We'll go ahead and start with one of my favorite ones, Hordak here. And I've got, I believe it's Hordak. Too late now, you're Hordak now. Oh, I've got his weapons in a bag over here. An extra arm. And those are Merman's hands over here, Merman. But he comes with an extra arm and a cool blast effect. This is probably one of the better ones they've done, the deluxe ones. Oh, he comes with multiple claw attachments as well. These come right off. Oop, and then get lost in the legs of my collection. There we go. But as you can see, it pops right off and whoop, can go right back on. Very cool. And of course, I'm missing an arm. Oh no. So here we go. There is Hordak, which very cool. Red cape would have looked awesome on my Barbarian here. That would look awesome. So if we get another Hordak, he's not going to be keeping his cape. Let's go ahead and move on to another good guy. Let's go ahead and get one of my Mossmans. I love Mossmans. I have 2 of them I kept. I've actually opened 3 and I've given 1 to my son. Sold 1, so I have 2 now. But the one I sold, I went ahead. Oh, I can get them in here. I went ahead and kept an extra arm piece because these arm pieces are awesome. So here, very cool. The Mossman figures. I can't wait to get the 2 variants of the DC Multiverse Mega figures. They are really cool, large, imposing figures. But we'll go ahead and count these 2 together because I have doubles. But I really like the Mossmans. And I also like the idea of Mossman. You can have the actual Mossman back in the backlines and you can send in, you know, like a soldier. It's him, but it's just a body double, which Mossman definitely has that ability. So we'll put his hands up. Yep. Nobody shoot. Set him right up here. We'll set my other Mossman up as well. And these guys are fully posable. I mean, these are some of the ones you can actually put into like kung fu stances. You know, you can get them in full-on horse stance. Can't go wrong with the horse stance Mossman. Skelegod, which is actually one of the very first figures I ever bought. Yep, one of the very first figures I ever bought, which is Skelegod, and just very cool. I didn't put him, usually I give him one of his staffs, and then I take the battle axe from Too Bad and throw it in his hands. It actually fits really well. The battle axe kind of has like a dragon design on the back of it. Skelegod! Yeah! That guy. He actually looks pretty cool with the axe. That's kind of how I liked him, you know, looking. I thought it was kind of cool. Again, this guy has an awesome amount of removable armor. Comes with multiple hands. The van braces come off. His, I believe if you take his boot off, you could probably get this off too. Get these knee pads off if you wanted, which would actually look really cool with my Barbarian over here. Could maybe throw them on him. But nonetheless, his shoulder pieces come off. The cape can come off. The regular Skeletor with his finger, his trigger finger hand, which is just adorable. It's got a trigger finger hand. That's just how it is, I guess. But either way, I think it's so he can hold his staff like that. I don't know. I wasn't sure. Maybe like that. He can hold it all fancy, you know, wine a glass style. He can hold it like that. Either way, there's the Skeletor, and these guys are, again, very posable. They've got the rubber base. The sculpt is awesome. I have not found much to complain about. Very little to complain about with these figures. The too bad neck, I was kind of like, you know, they could have gotten a little more neck movement out of there. They could have smoothed that up a little bit. So here we are. Let's go ahead and get a good guy over here. That guy is not a good guy. My custom barbarian over here is not a good guy. So I am running out of good guys. Yes, I like the bad guys more. So we'll go ahead and get to Fisto. Fisto Almighty, the greatest name ever. They were really concentrating on adamant cool names for these guys. But when I do get another one of the Fistos, I am taking his head off. Aye, sir. And I will do a little bit of painting to get him to match the skin color of the barbarian. I suppose the only thing that they're all missing they could use is a foot hinge. But with how posable most of their legs are, I mean, these are awesome toys. And they are very posable. I mean, they can do a lot. So I can't complain too much. Let's go ahead and get into the Barbarian He-Man. Oh, don't. I was thinking of Spawn. Sorry, Barbarian Spawn, which we'll do a video of those too. I have a bunch of them. But no, this is the Barbarian Skeletor. Really cool figure. Comes, which I think a lot more of the figures could have came with. And he comes with a very cool scimitar. Can't deny that they learned. And they were like, oh, we could put a little sword holder, a little sword holster on the back, you know. With the newer figures, because like you look at the He-Man, like what is that? Like what are we missing here? I guess I can jam the sword back on his back, but nonetheless, it's kind of annoying. Anyways, there is our Barbarian Skeletor, and I like his hands better. And again, he has a trigger finger hand for no reason. No reason do they need trigger finger hands. I think the only guy with a gun is Too Bad, and they don't have trigger finger hands. So it's drawing a blank here. What is his name? Oh, I have two of these. I like them so much that I can't remember their names. Again, I like these guys so much. I also really like the glow-in-the-dark figures. Yeah, you can't beat these, the Underworld skeleton guys. I'm really excited. We got Season 3 coming out, I imagine, fairly soon. They killed Mossman. Rawr! Evil Lynn. Yeah, she don't need no helmet. Nope. Nah, she don't need a helmet.
Mamma mia!
Yeah, in fact, she was my favorite character throughout the show for obvious reasons. They did pretty good by Evil Lynn. But yeah, she don't need no helmet. Not that I don't like her gladiator-like helmet. These figures, they're so cool. She's very posable as well. Again, the hip joints. I like that they put her rubber armor piece in the center. They have a cut here. These figures are awesome. Very much so like the Evil Lynn figure. Alright, and let's go ahead and get into another bad guy and get even. Yep, because I've got 5 bad guys left right here to go through. We've got 5 more bad guys, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good guys. And then that guy's neutral. That's my custom Barbarian King figure, which is very cool. Yeah, oh, so here we go. I can't remember his name, but really cool figure. I didn't even notice this the first time I opened him. Look at this. See his eyeball? Look. I am not suspicious. I'm curiously suspicious. I'm full-blown suspicious. I'm angry. I didn't even notice. I need another one of these because I actually bought this figure. I didn't get him brand new, got him used. And he doesn't have all the extra pieces. Let's go ahead and go to the classic He-Man, which, like I said, very cool. Nonetheless, they did mess up. This is one of the figures I have a problem with. This doesn't close. It, most of the figures, I played with 2 of them so far. Neither one of mine closed. Maybe, I opened one brand new too as well, which kind of sucks that one wasn't perfect. I'm guessing you could, if you took some hot water, some really hot water, and submerged this piece of rubber in here and stretched it a little bit. Put your thumb right here on the piece, grab this, and then just stretch these bands a little bit. You'd get a little more comfortable gripping here. But nonetheless, they did better with this figure. Just all around, much better. So there you go. And yeah, he can angle his head, bob his head around. He came with a bunch of weapons too. The sword, holster, so awesome. Let's put him up. Boom, and let's get into, we don't need to care about if they stand up. They're all packed in there, it'll be all right. Let's go ahead and get into one of my favorite guys, is the Merman. This guy, the old characters, the old cartoon show, I always liked the monsters. This is another one of my tidbits I would complain about. Look how movable his head is. The neck, they could have done, they just need to extend the ball joint a little bit. And of course, if you extend the ball joint, you get more head movement. You also get, what they don't like is, you could see the ball joint. But you can see the ball joint on this figure anyways. You can see it anyways. So what they should have done was they should have trimmed the neck down, thin it just a little bit, and extend that ball joint a little bit so we can get more movement. I mean, you can already see in this guy's head. So what's it matter? Yeah. Anyways, what I did like, they give you a bunch of extra hands, and he is very posable. We'll get into Man-at-Arms. I like his hand too. He's got the open hand instead of like a trigger finger hand. Very cool figure. He has some of the best ball joints. If you look right here, his ball joints allow him to get a lot of movement. If you take Skelegod's shoulder pads off, you get a lot of movement out of his ones too. But most of these figures are pretty matched. Yeah, he's got full head movement too. He's got a good amount of nod ability. You can quirk his head. Great hip movement here. Ooh, his belt would look really good on my Barbarian King. Ooh. So yes, I've got some work to do. If I get another one of these bad boys, I'm definitely going to be taking his belt off and gluing it onto my Barbarian King. So there we go. Oh, this is Man-at-Arms. Those are pennies. Yeah. This guy, there's no way to show you everything without actually grabbing the bags. Let me get my bags. So this guy, they did something very similar to the twisting head of the Cyclops, whatever his name is. And he comes with a little suitcase, just like the old figures. Comes with 6 faces. I actually like the mustache face, but I like being able to look at the mustache face at any time and just laugh. So I threw these ones in here. There's his actual face. That one's very common in the old cartoons. That's what he would fight with, that face, I remember. I believe this face is one he would be like, it would switch around a lot, but this is the one he'd be arguing with people in, I do believe. And then when he'd talk to females, he'd have the swave mustache. Hilarious. Great stuff. Either way, many faces here. Awesome figure. Comes with a bunch of cool stuff. You can never have enough suitcases. So let's go ahead and get to Andrea. I mean, there's not much to say about this figure. She's actually pretty basic. I will say I really like the wrist gauntlet they had here. Yep, but I did like the cape. Actually, the cape can go on the Barbarian figures. So, I mean, you can't complain. She comes with their other head too. But I actually like the movability of this figure. And if you look how long the ball joint is. Look at this. You can clearly look at all the extra head movement you get. You can actually, her head just pops off fairly easy, but nonetheless, you can see the ball joint. I don't get why they didn't work on the neck movement a little bit, but I do like her movability with her head. Her shoulders also move very high. Can't complain. You could turn them out, do all kinds of cool stuff with her.